Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. So, welcome you all to the chemical process principle class. So, last class what we are discussing is composition of gases. In unit 1 we are the composition of liquids and composition of solids, and the unit conversion in the unit 1 is over. So, we are now at composition of gases. So, first we discuss about single gases, or we can say single ideal gases. What are the property of a single ideal gases? The ideal gas law. Okay, those things we discuss. Okay. So let me revise once again. So what we discuss first thing is ideal gas law. Okay. Ideal gas law. Okay, what is that ideal gas law? It is nothing but PV is equal to nRT. Again, in the density form, what we discuss? Pressure into molecular weight of gas is equal to density into RT. Okay. These both are ideal gas law. It is in terms of density and molecular weight. It is in terms of volume and number of mole. Okay, please remember both the things. If someone is asked what is the density of gas, the formula will be pressure into molecular weight by R into T, where P is the pressure, B is the volume. Okay, let me share the screen. Yeah, where P is the pressure, B is the volume. Okay, please listen carefully. Today I am trying to complete all the theory part of unit 1. Okay, next class we will discuss only. I will cover all the theory class, theory subjects, theory topics related to these gases. Okay, volume, P is the volume, N is the number of mole, T is the absolute temperature in Kelvin, R is the universal gas constant, and this R has different value. Okay, and these are this we discuss. It is 8.314. First one is 8.314 kilopascal into meter cube by kilomole into Kelvin. Otherwise, it will be R will be equal to 8.314 kilojoule per kilomole into Kelvin. Or we can say R is equal to 1.987 kilocalorie per kilomole into Kelvin. Or you can say 0.08206 atmosphere into meter cube by kilomole into Kelvin. Okay, you have to remember at least these 4 values of R. Very simple. In the denominator everywhere kilomole into Kelvin is there. Okay, there is no confusion. N and T. This is kilomole, this is Kelvin. Kilomole, Kelvin, kilomole, Kelvin, everywhere it is there. The first value you remember 8.314. The pressure units are kilopascal into meter cube. Okay. In the same kilopascal into meter cube is kilojoule, so same thing. Okay, 8.314. Again, we know that 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joule. Okay, so if you divide by 4.184, it will come 1.987. It is in kilocalorie. And for atmospheric unit, it is ATM into meter cube. Here it is kilopascal into meter cube. Here ATM into meter cube. Okay, at least remember this 4 value of R. Okay, this is what we discussed. Let me show you in the notes. Okay, this is what we discussed: Boyle's law, Charles law, Gay-Lussac's law, ideal gas law. Okay, by combining these 3 laws, and this PB P1 B1 by T1 is equal to P2 B2 by T2. Okay, all these things we discussed, and how to calculate this density of gases, that is single gas pressure in molecular weight by R into T. Okay, based on this we also solved 2 problem, 2 numericals. Next come to gases mixture. Till that what we discuss is single gas. Okay, single gas. And now what we discuss is gas mixture. Gas mixture means suppose the mixture of or the combination of 3 to 4 more than 1 gases. Okay, suppose say A is the gas, B is the gas. Okay, both gas we kept in a container. This is called gas B. This is called mixture of gases. Okay, this is the example of 2 component of gas. We can put n number of gases. Okay, based on the pressure and temperature condition. This is called gas mixture. So for gas mixture, there is two important laws. First law is Dalton's law. Second law is Amagat's law. Please listen these two things, very important. Okay, let me discuss first. Okay, let me copy paste it. Okay, please read this carefully. Dalton's law. The total pressure exerted by a non-reacting gas mixture at a constant volume and temperature is equal to the sum of partial pressure of the component gases measured at same temperature and same volume. Okay, let me explain once again. Let me explain what is that. So what is this? So let us consider this is the volume V. Okay, three gases are there: gas A, gas B, and gas C. Okay, suppose Na is the number of moles of A, Nb is the number of moles of B, and Nc is the number of moles of C. Okay, then total number of mole is how much? It is Na plus Nb plus Nc, total number of moles in the gas. Then suppose the pressure is B and temperature is T. Okay, these are the state N, R, T. Okay, R you can calculate according to the units. R value you can consider. Then it is asked that what is the total pressure? The total pressure exerted by the non-reacting gas mixture. Okay, suppose these gas mixtures are A and B and C are not reacting to each other. Okay, at a constant volume and temperature. Suppose the volume is constant and temperature is constant. Okay, we have to calculate the pressure. What is the pressure of the gas? This total pressure, we can say total pressure will be equal to the sum of partial pressure of component gases. Component of gases means what are the component of gas? Component gases means A, B, C is equal to sum of partial pressure of component of gas. It means PA plus PB plus PC. Okay, the total pressure is equal to sum of the total pressure exerted by non-reacting gas mixture at a constant volume and temperature. Okay, we are calculating pressure, so volume and temperature we are kept constant. So total pressure exerted by a non-reacting gas mixture at a constant volume and temperature is equal to, this P is equal to total pressure equal to sum of partial pressures. Sum of partial pressures of component of gases. Component of gases means A, B, C. So partial pressure of A, partial pressure of B, partial pressure of C. Okay. These partial pressure measured at same temperature and volume. What it means? Then what do you mean by partial pressure? First we discuss, till according to Dalton's law, total pressure is equal to sum of the partial pressure of individual components. So what is partial pressure? Partial pressure is nothing but these things I already discussed here. The partial pressure of an individual gas component of a gas mixture is the pressure that would be exerted by that component of gas if it alone were present in the same volume and same temperature. It means how to calculate the partial pressure of A. You have to calculate total pressure. Okay, for total pressure calculation, you know individual partial pressure. Okay, then you can validate partial pressure equal to partial pressure equal to total pressure. So then how to calculate the partial pressure? The partial pressure is nothing but, suppose the same volume of container is there. Okay, and same temperature is there. Same container, in the same container, or you can say same volume container at same temperature, if only the gas A will kept with having Na number of mole. Here what is the Na gas number of mole Na? So if you keep on the same volume and same temperature, if you keep only the gas A, what is the pressure exerted by that gas? That is called partial pressure of A. Okay. Similarly, if you keep at the same volume, same temperature, if you keep only gas B in a container that is having NB number of mole, okay, then what will happen? Whatever the pressure that will exerted by this gas, that is called partial pressure of B. Similarly, partial pressure of C. Okay, this is for 3 component gas. Suppose we know that n number of components of gas are there. Okay, then for any component, for any I component, for any I component, suppose I number of gases kept in a container. Okay, suppose I number of gas, here we kept 3 number. Okay, so gas mixture means what? More than 1. Suppose we take I number. I may be, here I is greater than 2. Sorry, greater than 1. Okay. Okay, let me correct it. I value is greater than 1. Okay, then for I number of component, what we can write? This total pressure is equal to sum of partial pressure of ith component. Okay, if 2 components are there, A and B components are there, then total pressure is equal to partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B. If 3 components are there, then P is equal to partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B plus partial pressure of C. Okay, for ith component, we can write this one. P is equal to sum of partial pressure. Okay, is there any doubt?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is about total pressure calculation if the mixture of gases are there. Okay, then next law is Amagat's law. Why it is used? It is to use to calculate total volume of mixture of gas. Okay, what is this law say? Okay, let me write it. It is same as this Dalton's law. The only difference is here we are calculate Dalton's law. We calculate total pressure. Here we will calculate total volume. Okay, see, same example. Let me take. Suppose 3 gases are there. Gas A at Na number of mole, gas B at Nb number of mole, and gas C at Nc number of mole. And the volume is B, temperature is T, total number of mole is N is equal to Na plus Nb plus Nc, total number of mole. And pressure is P. Okay, this is a mixture of gas. In Dalton's law, we calculate how to calculate that total pressure. The total pressure is nothing but sum of individual partial pressures. And partial pressure is nothing but if the same mole of gas, if we kept in a container having same volume and same temperature, what is that pressure exerted? That is called partial pressure. Okay. Here, what is that formula? The total volume occupied by a non-reacting gas mixture. Suppose the gas mixture is a non-mixture at a constant temperature and constant pressure. Here N is constant. Why? It is a closed container. Okay. In the first case, our aim to calculate pressure. So we kept volume and temperature constant. Here our aim to calculate volume. So we kept pressure and temperature is constant. So that volume occupied. So the volume occupied by non-reacting gas mixture at a constant pressure and temperature is equal to, okay, so total volume B will be equal to the sum of pure component volume of the constituent gases. Constituent gases means what? A, B, C. These are the gases. The sum of pure component volume of constituent gases means, suppose say VA plus BB plus BC. Same like previous case. Then what is this pure component volume? Same like partial pressure. If this one gas A we kept in a container having Na number of mole, okay. If the gas will kept at same temperature and same pressure, what it kept for the mixture at the same temperature and same pressure, what will be the volume occupied by this gas? That is called pure component volume, or you can say partial volume. Okay. Similarly for gas B, if the gas B, we kept this NB number of gas B at same temperature and same pressure, we kept in a container. What will be the volume occupied by that gas? It will called pure component volume of the gas. Okay. Then, okay. Then what is this? This total volume is equal to sum of the pure component volume of the gases. Okay. For I number of component. This total volume is nothing but sum of individual volume. Okay. Please remember these two laws. First is total pressure is equal to sum of partial pressures. This is Dalton's law. And this total volume is equal to sum of individual or the sum of pure component volume. This is called Avogadro's law. Okay. Then total number of mole for gases mixture, we know that it is nothing but Na plus Nb plus Nc. Okay. R is constant. So what is that left? The temperature. Okay. So why we do not call total temperature? Here we calculate total pressure. Here we calculate total volume. Here total number of mole for mixture of gases. Why not total temperature? We called it as only temperature. Anyone who can respond? Okay, please think about it. Okay, and let me respond in the next class. So this is about two law for gases mixture. First
sir,
one is
once again, can you repeat that question, sir?
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah, we studied for a gases mixture. For a gas mixture, okay. What we called it? The total pressure we calculate and total volume we calculate.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The total pressure is nothing but individual pressure, sum of individual or partial pressure. Total volume is the sum of
individual volume.
Individual pure component volume. Total mole is sum of individual mole, and R is the universal gas constant. Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
Another state of matter, that is the P, that is the T temperature. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here we calculate total pressure, total volume, total number of mole. Why not total temperature?
Sir, because temperature is independent of all these factors and spreads equally and among all the particles of the gases, sir.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
chamber.
very good, very good. In thermodynamic, you may studies the properties like explicit property, implicit property.
Okay.
Okay, those property which are depend on mass and which are don't depend on mass. Okay, and the temperature is not depend on mass. Okay, this pressure, volume, and number of moles and depends on mass. If anyone have still doubt, then please read it and ask me next class.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So next, the one more most important question is this one. These two laws are very important. Okay, please remember, very short, only this paragraph is there. Okay. This is the what we call graphical representation. Suppose vapor or gas okay, two vapors A and B is there, and the partial volume of A and B are B and BB, and the partial pressure of A and B are P and PB, and total volume is BA plus BB according to Amaker's law, and total pressure is PA plus PB according to Dalton's law, where PA and PB are partial pressure, BA and BB are pure component volume. Okay, next, this formula, these things we have to derive. Prove that for an ideal gas, pressure percentage is equal to volume percentage is equal to mole percentage. Okay, please, this may be many times it may be asked. It will be for ideal gas mixture. I will correct it and I will upload it once again, don't worry. Okay, so for a ideal gas mixture, prove that pressure percentage is equal to volume percentage is equal to mole percentage. Or we can say, suppose this ideal gas is there, okay, A, B, C. So, suppose here A is Na number of mole and Nb number of moles and it is Nc number of moles. What is the mole percentage of A? Can anyone say? We discussed now many times. This is not new to all of you guys. How to calculate mole? If three components are there, A, B, C, and moles are Na, Nb, and Nc. What is the mole?
Na by Na plus Nb plus Nc.
Yeah, that total moles of A by total moles of Nb plus Nc. Then mole percent of B is nothing but Nb by Na plus
Na plus
Nb
Nb plus
Nc. Then volume percentage. Suppose the volume is BA, BB, and BC. Then BA by volume of A by volume
BA
of A
plus
plus
BB plus
BB
BC.
plus BC. Similarly for this one, and this pressure percentage is partial pressure of A by partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B plus partial pressure of C. Okay. So what it asked is, for an ideal gas mixture, if this ideal gas mixture will be there, then this mole percentage is equal to volume percentage is equal to pressure percentage. Okay. These things you have to prove it. How to prove it? Suppose say a gas mixture, a ideal gas mixture, with high number of component. Okay. Suppose say this ideal gas mixture, here high number of component is there. A, B, C, like na, high number of component is there. Okay, I may be, I is greater than 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to take. Then in this gas container, it will have certain total volume, total the temperature, okay, that overall temperature, total pressure and total volume, and the total number of mole is nothing but sum of individual number of mole. Okay, so okay, so what is the total pressure then? It is nothing but pressure of I according to Dalton's law. Okay, what do you mean by total volume? It is nothing but sum of pure component volume, okay, or individual volume. What is the total number of moles? It is nothing but sum
of total number of moles
or individual number of moles. N is equal to nothing but Na plus Nb plus Nc. Okay, like that. This A, B, C are nothing but I. We represent I as a single component, single variable. Okay, I may be anything. Okay, so yeah. Then according to ideal gas law, we know that Pb is equal to nRT, where P is the total pressure, B is the total volume, N is the total number of moles, and T is the temperature. Okay, then we can write this P is equal to nRT by V. Okay, according to ideal gas law. This is for overall mixture. Okay, so for a single gas, what we can write? We can write Pi for I component of gas, Bi is equal to Ni, R is always constant, R into T. Okay, then we can write this Pi is nothing but Ni RT by Bi, IT by B. Okay. What we did, these things we calculate. Next, what we did is in the same volume, and same temperature, how to calculate this partial pressure? Okay, at the same volume and same temperature, we will keep only gas A, or you can say gas I, that is having Ni number of mole. Then we calculate what is the partial pressure of I. Okay, this is how we calculating the partial pressure. Okay, is there any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Yeah, this is for suppose A, B, C are total gases mixture is there, and then we know that P is equal to sum of individual pressures. So how to calculate P? Okay, from ideal gas we know that Pb is equal to nRT, where P is equal to nRT by B. Then Pi we have to calculate. Pi means what? This is the pressure of an individual gas component. Individual gas component at the same volume and same temperature. Okay, in the Dalton's law it was mentioned. So at the same volume and same temperature means Pi into B is equal to NiRT. Then Pi is equal to this one. Then we can, if you do this Pi by P, then it will be NiRT by B by nRT by B. Okay, this RT B it will cancel out, it will nothing but Ni by N. Or you can say Pi by P is equal to Ni by N. What is this individual pressure by total pressure? Here individual mole by total mole. What it called individual pressure by total pressure?
Pressure percentage, sir.
No, why? How it will be percentage? 100 is not multiplied, na?
100 is not there, na?
Density,
Yeah.
sir.
Density.
Density.
No, not density.
Individual pressure by total pressure. Pressure fraction. Here individual
Yes.
mole by total moles. It is
Mole fraction.
mole fraction.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what we derive, this pressure fraction is equal to mole fraction. Again, if you multiply 100 on both sides, then it will be pressure percentage equal to mole percentage. Okay, this first proof we did it. Then for volume we will calculate. Okay, volume is missing here. So again we take, suppose take n number of moles of gas, I number of gas. Okay, having each individual ni number of moles. Suppose the temperature is T, volume is B, pressure is P, and number of moles is I, N. Then according to Avogadro's law, we know that total volume is equal to sum of individual volume. Okay. Again, according to ideal gas law, we know that PV is equal to nRT, and the total volume V is equal to nRT by P. Then what is VI? VI is what? In the same container, at the same temperature and same pressure, if you kept only VI, okay, I number of VI only one gas, what is that volume that will be exerted? That is called, suppose you kept only a single gas I, okay, then at that time what is that volume that we call VI? So again, thus VI will be Ni RT by P. Again, this VI by B is equal to Ni RT by P by nRT by P, or you can say Ni by N. And this is what Pi by B, individual volume by total volume, what it called? Just now I discussed now individual by total.
Volume fraction, sir.
Okay, very good. Volume fraction is equal to mole fraction. Okay. So if you multiply 100 on both sides, it will be volume percentage is equal to mole percentage. Okay. So previously what we discussed, what we derived, this volume fraction, pressure percentage or pressure fraction is equal to mole percentage. Now we derived volume percentage is equal to mole percentage. So mole percentage is equal to volume percentage, we can write. Okay. Please read it carefully once again. In the notes it is clearly mentioned. It is one of the important formula and derivation. Okay, it is all I mentioned in the notes. Okay, please read it. Then according to formula we can write Pi by P into 100 is equal to Ni by N into 100 is equal to this is Bi by B into 100. Okay, and this Ni by N, if you calculate Ni by N, this is nothing but individual mole of I component by total mole. Okay, we called it as a mole fraction of ith component. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If this I or the components, if the components are gases, okay, then this Ni by N we represent as a Yi. Okay, what is this Yi? It is the mole fraction of ith component. If these components are in gas phase. If the components are in liquid phase, please remember this notification, because throughout this chemical engineering or chemical technology, whatever the subject you study, the same notification they will use. If the components are in the liquid phase, then we represent as a Xi. Xi and Yi both are the mole fraction of ith component. Okay, Xi and Yi is nothing but the mole fraction of ith component. The only difference is Xi we use for if the liquid mixtures are there. Okay, in the liquid case we use Xi, in the gas case we use Yi. Here we are using ideal gas mixture. So we can write Pi by P, 100 we can say is equal to Yi, this is the mole fraction of I component, ith component. As it is, these components are in gas phase, so I write Yi is equal to Bi by V. Or you can write Pi by P is equal to Yi, or we can write partial pressure is equal to Yi into P. Please remember once again, this is the most important. Previous case what we derived, the total pressure is equal to components of partial sum of individual partial pressures. Here what we derive, the partial pressure of I component is equal to, so partial pressure of ith component, partial pressure of ith component, or we can say Pi is equal to mole fraction of ith component that is called Yi into total pressure. Total pressure P. Okay. So what you derive? Pi is equal to Yi into P. Let me give one example. Suppose two gases are there, A and B. A is composed of 5 mole and B is of 10 mole. Okay, then Na we can write what is Na? 5 mole. Nb is equal to 10 mole. Okay, suppose the total pressure is 5 atmosphere between the two gases. Then we can calculate the partial pressure of A. What will be the partial pressure of A? It will be the mole fraction of A into total pressure. Or you can say mole fraction of A means Na by Na plus Nb into total pressure. Or you can say 5 by 5 plus 10 into 5 atmosphere. So it will be 5 by 15, 5 by 3. 5 by 3 atmosphere. Okay. You see how easily by using this formula we can calculate this partial pressure without doing experiment. Okay. Otherwise, how we have to calculate the partial pressure? For the calculation of partial pressure, we have to keep at same volume, same temperature, and this gas A individually at Na number of moles we have to keep, and we have to measure the partial pressure. That pressure will give partial pressure. This is experimentally, but using this formula we can calculate by using pen or column. Okay, this is the advantages of this formula. And partial pressure of B will be Yb into total pressure of P. Yb is what? Nb by Na plus Nb into P. It will be 10 by 5 plus 10 into 5. So it will be 15. It will be 10 by 3. Okay, then according to Dalton's law, you can calculate this P is equal to what? Pa plus Pb. Yes or no? It will be 5 by 3 plus 10 by 3. It will be 15 by 3. Or you can say 5 atmosphere. Same 5 atmosphere it came. Okay, this is how we calculate this partial pressure. If you know the total pressure and the mole fractions. And the total pressure if you know the partial pressures. Okay. Based on this, we will solve numericals. Okay, don't worry. Then that time it will be more clear. So this is all about these two things. Okay, now we can compare these two things. Okay, then what will be this? Okay. Now this Bi by B, we can write Ni by N. As this is the gas component, so we can write Ni by N is equal to Yi. So again the Bi will be Yi into B. Or you can say individual volume of a gas component is equal to mole fraction into total volume. Okay. So till now what we discussed, this partial pressure is equal to, total pressure is equal to sum of partial pressure, and total volume is equal to sum of individual volume. And this individual volume, individual pressure, so this individual pressure is nothing but this mole fraction into total pressure, and this individual volume is equal to nothing but mole fraction into total volume. Okay, so please remember these two things, because based on these many numericals it will come. Okay, so next is these things we discussed. Then density of gas mixture. Okay, so how to calculate density of a single gas? We know that PV is equal to nRT, or we can say PV is equal to mass by molecular weight into RT, or you can say pressure into molecular weight is equal to M by B, RT mass by volume, or you can say PM is equal to mass by volume is equal to density RT, or you can say density is equal to PM by RT. This is for density of a single gas. Single gas means suppose oxygen is there. Okay, this oxygen in a container, oxygen is in air. Suppose the pressure of oxygen you know, the temperature you know, okay, and the R value is universally constant. Then how to calculate this density? The pressure of oxygen, pressure exerted by this oxygen, and this molecular weight of oxygen, you know it's 16 gram per mole, by R you know, and this temperature, that is whatever the temperature is given. This is for single gas. Okay, how to calculate the density? Now we calculate the density of a mixture of gas. Density of mixture of gas means, suppose two gases are there, O2 and N2. The total pressure is P and total temperature is T, and R is also constant. Yes or no? These two gas, it will give one pressure and one temperature.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how to calculate this density of mixture? This density of mixture is equal to nothing but the pressure will be whatever it is calculated, and the temperature it is calculated, and this R is always constant. So only the difference is molecular weight. Here if single gas component is there, we will put the molecular weight of single gas component. So here as the mixture is there, so we will apply the average molecular weight. Okay, average molecular weight of component of gases. How to calculate the average molecular weight?
Molecular weight of O2 plus
molecular weight
N2
of
by 2.
N2 by 2.
O2 plus molecular weight of N2 by 2. This will be applicable only when they have 50-50%. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If they are of same component, same volume they are present, or same moles they are present, then we can apply. But the gases may be present at different percentage. This is at 70%, this is at 20%, and any other percentage it may be present. Okay, this is 70%, this is 21% generally. Okay, then at that case, how to calculate molecular average? So the formula is average molecular weight is nothing but individual molecular weight of individual into the mole fraction of that individual component. The example is, suppose say three gases are there. Okay, suppose say hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Suppose this is 80%, this is 10%, this is 10%. In a mixture it is present. Molecular weight of hydrogen is what? 1. Molecular weight of oxygen is what? 16. Molecular weight of nitrogen 14 gram per mole. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now this mixture of gas is there. Okay, how to calculate this average molecular weight? So you know that this is 10% present, means in the total volume 10% H2 is present. Suppose total volume is B. Okay, so 10% volume is, so volume percentage of H2 is what? 10%. Volume percentage of O2 is what? 10%. And volume percentage of N2 is what? 80%. So molecular weight of average is equal to what? We have to calculate M of H2 into Y of H2. Y of H2 is what? Mole fraction of H2 plus M of O2 into Y of O2 plus M of N2 Y of N2. Yes or no? Based on this formula, average molecular weight is equal to nothing but sum of product of individual molecular weight into their mole fraction in the mixture. So this average molecular weight, you know how to calculate this mole fraction. Here volume fraction of each component it is given. So you know that for ideal gases, volume percentage is equal to mole percentage is equal to pressure percentage. Okay, or we can write volume fraction is equal to mole fraction is equal to pressure fraction. So this 10% is nothing but 0.1. We can cite mole fraction of H2. Same volume fraction we can write mole fraction. Okay, because we know that volume fraction is equal to mole fraction. So it will be also 0.1 is equal to Y of O2 and it will be 0.8 Y of N2. So average molecular weight will be 1 into 0.1 plus 16 into 0.1 plus 14 into 0.8. Okay, whatever the value will come, that will give the average molecular weight of the gas mixture. Okay, please remember this formula. Molecular weight of single gas is nothing but Pm by RT. For mixture of gases, it is nothing but PRT into average molecular weight. Average molecular weight nothing but the product of mole fraction, the product of individual molecular weight into mole fraction of that component. Okay. This is all about ideal gases. Next come to real gases. Okay, 2 numericals are there. Based on this, we will solve in the next class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me discuss the theory first. So ideal gas. So ideal gas is what you know that all the gases that we see is generally ideal gas, and there is nothing like all the gases we see is the real gases. There is nothing like ideal gas. That is a theoretical concept, just to compare the real gases. Okay, how to compare that I will tell you later on this subject. It is there. So, but the real gases, how they will behave like ideal gases. Please remember, most important, right? If you go to any competitive exam, okay, 50 to 70% time they will ask this question. The real gas behave like ideal gas. How the real gas behave like ideal gas? Only at low pressure and high temperature. If you took a real gas, okay, if you kept that at a low pressure and high temperature, okay, at a low pressure and high temperature, then these gases, whatever this, if you took H2, okay, hydrogen, if you reduce the pressure and increase the temperature, then this gas, what will happen? This gas, okay, let me tell you. Okay, this gas will behave like ideal gas. Why? Can anyone say? The real gas behave like ideal gas at high temperature and low pressure. Okay, why? Can anyone say? Okay, let me say. First, what is ideal gas? Ideal gas means same gas, but there is no, in molecular level, there is no attraction between the molecules. Okay? So if the real gas, so suppose we take certain real gas. If you increase the temperature, so real gas, you know, there is some attraction between the loose attraction, but they will have some attraction between the individual molecules. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So, okay, suppose if you increase the temperature, then what will happen? The van der Waals force between these two things, they will weaken, and this molecule will try to separate. Yes or no? More distance.
Yes, sir.
How the solid is converted to liquid and to gas? The solid, when we will heat it, what will happen? The molecular attraction between these two molecules it will be weakened. Okay, so then the liquid stability is achieved. The ice, when you heat the ice, what will happen? The molecular force between these molecules of the water molecule, it will just loosen and it will convert to liquid. Again we heat the liquid or water, and what will happen? Again that molecular force will lose and it will convert to gas. Yes or no? Again, if you heat this gas, then what will happen? There is more repulsion, or the distance between these molecules will again increased. So this is what, again, if you do this at too high temperature, then there will be a negligible attraction force between the gas molecules. So this is like the similar to the ideal gas. Okay. At the same time, if you lose the pressure will also kept low. So if you apply high pressure, suppose this gas molecule is there. Okay. If you apply high pressure, then what will happen? These molecules will try to combine with each other at the high pressure. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But if you put same time low pressure, then what will happen? They will not affect and they will move freely.
Move normally.
Okay, move normally or move freely. So in the real gas, if you apply high temperature and this low pressure, then this both case, what will happen? These molecules will have lose, or the van der Waals force of attraction between these two molecules, between the molecules of real gas, it will be very less. And it will be very less means that our real gas will behave like ideal gas. Okay, this is the reason. Okay, it is easy to remember these things. But if you know the concept now, why at high temperature? High temperature means the temperature is high, means the van der Waals force is less between the molecules. Again, at low pressure means van der Waals force will weaken. So this real gas will behave like ideal gas. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for ideal gas, we know that Pb is equal to nRT. But for real gas, what is the formula? P plus AN square by
V square.
Yeah. P plus AN square by B square into B minus NB into RT. Okay. Why this formula, or we can say this is the van der Waals equation. Okay. You know these things. Okay. So I will not discuss this is again. So, and why this term, why this correction in this pressure and volume term it was kept? Because we know that in ideal gas there is no force of attraction. For real gas, there is a force of attraction between these molecules. Okay. Due to this force of attraction, there will be change in pressure and volume. So that pressure and volume correction, it was takes place by van der Waals, and the new equation he gives as this one. Okay. What are the pressure correction? Those all things you have to read it. Okay. I will not teach it because that is the kinetic theory of gases. And that is very common in the intermediate or in the +2 level syllabus. Okay, I will not discuss this thing, that things. If you still don't know, then you can ask me in the next class. I will discuss those things. Why these terms and this term, the exact concept of these things I will discuss. Otherwise, please read the kinetic theory of gases. And this A and B, this N is nothing but number of mole, and this B is the same volume. This A and B are the van der Waals constant, or you can say characteristics of real gas. And what is the unit of A? And what is the unit of B? Okay. This total unit has the unit, what is this unit? As the unit of pressure only. So pressure of unit means Newton per meter square. So this is as the unit of Newton per meter square, and this is also unit of Newton per meter square. Okay. So A n square by B square has the unit of Newton per meter square. And what is the unit of A? So same Newton per meter square is there. Here volume square is there. Volume square means meter cube to the power square. Here n square means mole square. So it will be Newton by mole square into, it will be m to the power 6 by n to the power, so m to the power 4th. Okay, this is the unit of A. Similarly, B minus NB is there. So it will have the unit of meter cube, it will have also unit of meter cube. So NB has the unit of meter cube. So B has the unit of meter cube per mole, because B is nothing but meter cube by N. N is the unit mole. Okay, these are the basic things. Okay, that's why I'm not discussing these things in detail. Then critical phenomena of gas. Okay, for a real gas, what will be the critical phenomena? The gas can be liquefied by reducing the temperature and increasing the pressure. Okay, so what is the critical phenomena? These all the things that this derivation, how to calculate this A value and how to calculate this B value. I think you have already studied these things in the intermediate level. Still, I gave it fully full derivation how to calculate A and B. Please read it once again. And this compressibility factor we will discuss in the next class. Don't worry. Okay. Till this compressibility factor, please read it, because this is nothing new. Already you know those things. In the next class, we'll discuss about this. I will discuss about this compressibility factor, and we will solve some numericals. The full notes is already I uploaded it, and next class we will solve some numericals. Then I think hopefully the next class, maybe that tomorrow, that will be the end of unit 1. Okay. So what's your duty is to, the full notes is all, full unit 1 notes is with you. I will do certain correction and I'll upload it once again. Please read it once again. The numericals is already present, so that you can be easily understand. Okay. So thank you very much. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So I will upload the notes once again. Please read it. See, these are the only plus 2 level things. Okay. Is there any new thing I discussed?
No, sir.
Okay, you know these things, PB is equal to nRT, this van der Waals equation and this ideal gas equation.
Yeah, Amagat law was different for us.
Yeah, Amagat's law. Yeah, Amagat law and Dalton's law. These are the different. Okay, that is also simple. The total volume is equal to sum of that individual volume. Total pressure is equal to sum of individual pressure. And again, the individual pressure Pi is equal to Yi into P, where Y is the mole fraction of that component, P is the total pressure. And this Bi is equal to Yi into B. Okay, please remember, I will give you a summary of formulas that you have to remember, don't worry. Okay, but before coming to the next class, please read the notes once again. The numericals that I am going to discuss in the next class, that has been already mentioned in the notes. Okay, please read it once again and come prepare in the next class. Okay, so that we can easily complete the next class. This is unit 1 is all about basics. Okay, you can find it. All the things we discuss is basic. In unit 2, the new things will come. Okay, that is the Raoult's law, Henry's law, and this humidification, everything we will discuss. Don't worry, easily. Those are also very easy. All the things are formula and concept based. Okay, if you are not understand, you see, I am not only detecting the formula, I am also explaining the concept. Okay, please try to understand the concept, because this is all the numerical subjects. I can't guarantee what type of numerical it will come. If you know the concept clearly, then you can solve any type of numericals. If you are still not getting the concept, without hesitating, ask me any silly questions. Okay, not now, in the next class. Okay, please leave the class right now and join the next class. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.